Okay, so for today's session, we're going to have a practical review of what we explained in the previous session. So let me ask you, what operating system are you using, Adrian?
Windows.
Oh, you're on a Windows. Okay, so since you're on a Windows, there are some software that you'll be required to download. So most of these softwares used nowadays are NetBeans, yeah, Eclipse or IntelliJ. So you just need to go on Google and type NetBeans download. So he's going to take you to the Apache website, and you can download the NetBeans. But I'll recommend you to download the version 8.2.
8.2.
Yeah, let's see if it is available. No, then just download the latest version. Yeah,
the latest version.
Yeah, so Apache NetBeans 14.
Okay.
And another IDE. So these are called integrated development environment, IDEs. Another one is Eclipse. So depending on which one you prefer working with, you can download them. So I do have Eclipse installed on my machine already. I already have all of them. And then there's also IntelliJ. So they are pretty much used for software development, all of them, but they all slightly differentiate. They're slightly different. So most of the companies, they do work with NetBeans. With Eclipse, sorry.
Eclipse.
So once you've downloaded Eclipse, it's going to show you this page asking you where to store your files. So I'll choose this. And now it's launching.
So you need to download all three.
Recommend you Eclipse or NetBeans.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you download this, it's going to show you this page which say welcome to Eclipse IDE for Java development. So now we don't need all this stuff. We just want to start a new project. So we're going to choose a Java project. Okay, so this is a version of 2022, so I've not used it yet. So let me just project name, we can call it application 1, for example. Yeah. Or maybe project 1, yeah, project 1. Project 1. Use, so here he's telling us use default location, yeah, which is the one. Use an execution environment, Java, let's see, 11. It's not 8, okay, we'll leave 11. Project root, create separate folders. Yeah. Then we do next. Okay, so now we have a project. This is our source code. So in our source code, we're going to add all these files, our classes, the one we spoke about yesterday, where we have superclass, and then we'll have superclasses, our main class, and then we will have subclasses, which are going to be, other classes. Project info creation. No, we don't want to create. Don't create. Oh yeah, if it shows you module info.java, never create. You don't have to create this because it's gonna. I don't know what happens, but if you create, it's just gonna mess up everything. So you said don't create.
Yeah.
So now you should be able to see our project. So now we're going to create a file on it. Yeah. What's this? These are libraries. Okay, so these are libraries.
I'm still
Libraries. So
installing.
we might call them. We might need them to do specific task, to write specific method. That's when we will be using libraries. But for basic applications, we don't need them. So now we have to do new file. No, what's the option? I've not used this latest version, so I'm just trying to figure it out. All we can do, there's another way. If we don't find it from there, we just go on our directory. So we know this is on, it's going to be in this PC, user, and we have a Eclipse workspace, project one, and then we have source code. And what we're gonna do here, new file. If we call it our file, we can call it main. No, one second, let me think about one name. We could call it car. And then the extension has to be .java. No, I didn't. Why is it not giving me that? Should be on source code our new file. Oh yeah. Okay, new class. It's on project one, yeah. New class. Okay, yeah, my bad. So what we have to do was go on file and then create a new class. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna call this car. It's going to be public inherited abstract method, yeah. So we do. Not giving me the option. Not even as a main class. What's going on there? Type with same name. Okay. Project. Okay, so the names have to be matching. And we finish. Okay, so we have a class. So our project name has to be matching with our class. Yeah, we just simply going to say oh yeah, we know on the main class, sorry. File, create new, going to create we have to choose oh yeah, the same way. We just going to create a class, but this time we're going to give it as a main. So we have to tick main. So by selecting main class, we are able to run our project. So we're going to go there. Main. Good. So now we have a main class. What we can do is simply test it out. Run function there. Need to see where's the run. On a Java application. Yeah. So as we can see, what I did here, I created. So yesterday we spoke about public. We spoke about classes. So this is our main class. So any other. So as we can see, our main class we can call it as a super class. And then, for example, is our car, and then we have other classes which are subclasses where they can all communicate with our main class. So, for example, methods that we have on our project class can be called inside our main class. So what we just simply did now, we just written a statement. Our statement is simply print system out print hello world. So by doing so, we just simply printed this simple statement. So we can also do calculation. So we are creating this box and we assign a value. And then we have int y equal 20. And then we do have y equal x plus y. X, oh yeah, we do have to remember that Java is key sensitive. So you do check on capital letters like Y lowercase is different from Y uppercase.
Okay.
Um, uh, new value is, and then outside the bracket we put plus y. Then we put semicolon. Now we can save and then run our application. So now, as you can see, what I did, I gave a character. Sorry, I gave a string. So by using this semicolon, I gave a statement. So my statement is the new value is, and from the example of yesterday, I don't know if you remember, where I explained variables. So these containers are variables, they're not constant. So if, for example, let me try to, let's see if Java can read this. If it gives us an error. Yeah, it gives us an error, so we cannot work with constant in this way. So this is an example of variable where this value y changed because is very volatile. You can modify at any time by adding other values.
Okay.
The same thing we could do for x. We can do x equal could do x equal x. Let's see what happens if we do x plus y. So what do you think is going to be our new output?
22 plus output for x.
Yeah.
X will be equal to 20 plus 2.
So you reckon it's going to be 22?
Yeah.
But we did change y again here, you remember? Oh, sorry, 1 second. So y now is 22 again.
I see.
So it's 22 here. So
Okay.
now y is equal to 22. And for my idea, I think it's be 24, but let's run it first and see what the output is going to be. 24, yeah. Because our y is 20 with this calculation, and then we say x 2 plus the new 20, so our new output is 24. So this is how the logic, a bit of logic behind how the computer thinks. So it just follows the logical order that you're giving them. Okay, so this was a quick introduction. So I hope, have you downloaded Eclipse or NetBeans?
Yeah, downloaded Eclipse and done some of what you were doing right now.
Okay, okay. Did you manage?
Yeah, didn't.
Did you manage to create the main class?
Yes.
Yeah, from the setting. So if there's anything you don't understand, just ask me, then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
So for example, now if I copy this and we move into project, which is not a main class, we paste it and we try to.
For the project, I named it car.java.
Sorry?
Like the thing next to main project, you named it project.java, but I named it car.java.
Oh, you did car. Ah, sorry. Yeah, it's my bad case. Did he allow you to create a file?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Question.
Because normally the project, you can, you know what you can do? You can do refractor. So on that page, you right click on it. There should be an option of refractor. Refractor, yeah. This is refractor.
Factor.
So right click on that one there. You scroll down refractor. Yeah. So from there you can rename it to project.
Project. Got it. Yep.
Yeah. Have you done them?
Yep.
Okay. There's a couple of errors here. I don't know why it's telling me system out. Let me delete these. No, it's just gonna come up with an error here, honestly. I just put a one. So since it's not a main, basically will allow us to run the code. Yeah, so normally classes are used to create objects and methods. And once we create objects and methods, then we can now code them inside our main function. But then in our project, we can still have other classes. So the way it works, you can, depending on how you want to work, you can then create classes outside our main. And create public class. Any idea? Yeah. So as you can see here is gonna give me an error. Oh yeah, should be up to. Wait, let me just. Let me look into some other examples. Okay. I just opened an existing project. So with this main class, circle up, yeah, we're going to be able to calculate the area of a circle. So we have a main class here. Then we are calling this data type as a data type. We have in these variables, radius, diameter, and area are going to be our three variables. And the data type we're going to use is a double. And then we have a constant value, which is a pi. I hope you know the value of pi, which is 3.142. And now we're activating our scanner, and we're going, as a message, we are going to enter the radius. So we activate our scanner, and by activating our scanner, we can enter value for the radius. And then by having the value of our radius, we can now be able to calculate the diameter. And once we have the diameter, he is going to calculate the area and print us, and the output is going to be the value of the area. So let me just run. Oh God, no. Why did you do this? Damn. Yeah, I made a mistake now.
Yeah, undo it.
I activated something, so I cannot. Let me close this. I hope that function is gone. So my arrow became a plus sign, so I don't know how to remove it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's gone. So now we should be able to run this page. Just need to find where is run. Cool. Oh yeah, runners. For some reason, I'm not able to run that. What's going on here? Strange, very strange. I'm not used to this new version of Eclipse because this is like 2022 version. I honestly don't know why they keep changing everything. Oh, I saved it. Oh, yeah. Why is it colored now? You know what? Let me just create a new file. Create a new class. Correct. So, and then I'll make sure tick as the main class so we can execute codes. Let me just simply copy this. This here. Okay. Oh yeah, the library. Remember to import our library. So with this function, we're able to activate our keyboard. Now we save this page. Yeah, run as application. Yeah, so now we can enter value. So our radius is going to be 10. And by inserting this value, we have this simple, it's not even a method. We cannot call it method. It's just a simple calculation where to find our diameter, we just code our radius, which the value is 10. We said our radius, which output 10, has to be times 2. We have to time it to 2, so it went up to 20. And then we are printing it out as diameter, so it came out as 20. And then we want to print out our area. So this simple calculation, we have now another variable called area, and we're going to say, so area has to be equal of pi. So we created our constant. So do you remember I tried before to do final integer, but it did not work because I think constant has to be final double. So we have this constant. So this value is always fixed. We cannot change it. So for example, the way on here, we were able to change this x with final double, that value is not going to change regardless. So we said our area has to be pi times radius again. And this is the result, 314. So this is a simple calculation. So if you've been able to set up this environment, creating classes and main classes, and you understand the difference between a simple class such as this and a main class such as this one, and then able to make some quick calculation, that'll be already a good start for you. Were you able to do that?
Yeah, I can do this.
Was it okay for you?
Yeah.
And
I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I haven't done the circle.
Oh yeah. No, I can't understand.
That one.
You want some time so you can copy it and try?
Yeah, I can do it now.
Yeah.
From 142. System. System.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. It's throwing up errors.
You wanna share your screen? Let me check.
Better change camera.
Okay. Okay. No, it's not. It's not error. It's an alert. It's an alert. So do select all and run.
Select all.
No, not to the end. To the end.
All the way down.
Yeah. And yeah. Process. Enter value. Yeah. On the keyboard, you see that. Yeah. Type like 10.
Oops.
No. You were meant to type down. Press Control Z.
Control Z.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So do you see your console underneath? Yeah. Type 10. Yeah. Exactly. Nice one.
Okay.
Well done,
Cool.
Adrian. So you've created your first quick maths calculation done with Java programming language.
Okay.
Yes, and let me share my screen. So what we covered today is just simple calculations, where for example, you're working as a software developer in a company there, you might be asked to add this calculation to your program, so you can quickly understand how the computer works. So I will find more examples where we have like if statement. So as I mentioned yesterday, do you remember when we spoke about how did I call them? We had if statement and interactions. What is it?
Iterations.
Yeah. So yes. So if else as switch. And then this was an example of a Java program which has a if statement where you check if x is greater than 20, then it's gonna return a value of yellow.
Okay.
Else is going to return red. While switches, this is how switches work. So you have to enter one of the letter, depending on which our group is, and it's going to print out a message. So if is used for single choice, if statement for two actions, and then switches for multiple. And then we have for loops, iterations, yeah. And then we have arrays, which are more complex. So
Similar to Python.
yes, yeah. So yeah, have you ever done?
Only the big.
Oh, you've done a bit of Python. Okay, that's
only
good.
the basics.
And it's similar to Java, right?
Yeah, but Python seems easier to work with.
Yeah, it's definitely easier. No? Where was that? What was I looking for? An example of so maybe this. The open a Visual Studio. So how do I open it on that Notepad? Okay, so here we have a switch. Product price. Not too sure, but let me just copy and fill that. So what I'm doing is just copy and pasting, but most of the time, when you be working as a software developer, you have to think about the logic and how the project has to be or find price. Main class. Paste it. Paste the code here. Check. This has to go. Okay. given a here's error. The next defined price cannot hide it. Okay, so let me just this code find cost. Okay, this one is not matching. Yeah. So this is the main project, so the name has to match. What we have is we activate the scanner, so he calculates price and tax. So we say product price check. We activate enter initial value, so we have a keyboard to enter a value double, so we accept non-natural numbers. Then he enter tax rate. We enter the tax rate, and then price is simply going to do this calculation, and is going to display both of them. And then here we have static void display title, product price check, static void display double price. And let me just quickly run this. Job enterprise £10.50 and tax rate 5%. Cost after tax £11.25. Yes. So by entering our price and then our tax rate, we have a price again, but after a calculation. So we have this method called, let's call it method, but it's not really a method, calculate final price, where it's going to display, and then we're going to have this calculation here, and it's going to generate our new value of cost after tax. So this is slightly more complex, but this is a bit of logic, programming logic, which has to be applied when we have to like find all these mathematical calculations. So this is everything for today's tutorial. So tomorrow we're going to have another teaching session, and
Okay.
then we'll do another practical.
Okay.
Okay, so let me. And what's going on with this one?